Hey guys, I want to stop in a minute and show you something. You see this road behind me? You see how smooth and flat it is, and it's really easy to drive or walk on either one. And I wanted to bring you here because this is a particular place that to me says an awful lot about how life is. This reminds me of a story and something that Jesus taught. And I want to just bring you here to give you a little glimpse of what it is that I'm talking about. You see that big wide road that was so smooth, but see, there's also another road here that, as you can see, is very steep and goes up the hill to the top. But it's a lot rougher, a lot harder to walk on, and also a lot harder for someone to get up if they were trying to climb this particular road. And so I wanted to take the minute and share with you something that Jesus taught. You see, there was a story in the Bible where Jesus said something, and he said, straight is the gate and narrow is the way that leads to life. And he said, broad is the way and wide is the gate that leads to destruction. Now, a lot of people have taken that as if he was talking about heaven and hell, but he didn't say heaven or hell. He basically said life and destruction. And I wanted to take the time to point out some things about this particular teaching because it's a very powerful metaphor. I'm glad he didn't say heaven and hell because I have a problem with religious teaching that you have to die before you can find out if it's true or not. So I took this to thought, and I want to try to explain that this is a very practical, very real teaching in the sense that you can say that there's a straight and limited, and that straight is not straight like the shortest point from A to B, but straight like a straight jacket. In other words, it restricts you, it limits you, it keeps you from doing what you want to do. And he said that road leads basically to success. And that the wide, easy road that a lot of people like to travel leads to failure. And if you take that way and you understand this that way, you'll find out very quickly that is a very true teaching because the road to success is a lot more difficult than the road to failure. And the biggest difference in these two roads that I just showed you has not got really so much to do with one being steep and rough and narrow and the other being wide and easy. It's where they lead. And that's the confusing part. See, if you want to get to the top of this hill, you've got to go up this little steep road. You ain't going to get out that other big, wide, easy road that's going down. It's never going to take you to the top of this hill. So wherever you want to go is the main thing you need to be concerned about. And so I wonder, why is it that people don't take the road to success? The obvious thing is that it is narrow and straight, like this road here. It's rough. It's hard to get over, and a lot of people just don't think it's worth it. There's someone who said one time that it takes 10,000 hours of practice to get really good at becoming proficient at a skill, no matter if it's sports or if it's something else like that. It takes a lot of time and a lot of practice to get really good and efficient and be successful at anything. So I think a lot of people just don't want the roughness of it. They don't want to have to deal with it. They don't want to have to put up with all the stuff to get there. Not willing to pay the price. And then I think the other thing is that some people just will head down this other easier road thinking that sooner or later I'll find a road to success that's not quite that steep, not quite that hard. All the time you hear ads every day. It says faster, easier. See, that road, you can go down that road way faster than you can this one. And it's way easier and you don't have to pay attention and there's plenty of room. And there's always new advertisements, quicker, faster, easier way to success, easier way to lose weight, easier way to learn a language, learn an instrument, make $1 million, anything, anywhere, all kinds of quicker, faster, easier ways. And so a lot of people just going down that broad road, just hoping that they'll find an easier way to the top of the hill. And then there's another thing I think that hinders people. You see, several years ago, there was this big ice storm came up, and the ice storm, worst one ever. And my job, you got to go out anyway. And so I went out, and I had several stores to go to that day. And I got to my first store, and I asked the guys, there's a whole bunch of old men there, which always a bunch of old men hangs out in stores, and they were hanging out there. And I said to them, I said, guys, I told them where I had to go, where my last stop was at the end of the day. I said, guys, do you think I can get there? How bad is the road through there? And the guy says, what are you driving? So he looks out at my car and he says, no way you're going to get there in that. Well, I headed out and I made it to the next stop, and I made it to the next stop, and I made it to the next stop. And finally in the evening, even though there was trees falling behind me, trees falling in front of me, the highway was pushing the trees out to make one lane open, and I drove over power lines and everything, I made it to the last stop. But the most amazing thing was I walked in that place, and there stood, this sounds false, but there stood that same guy that was in that first store that morning that told me that I'd never make it there in that little car. I looked at him and I grinned, and he just looked away. And I didn't say nothing, but I do think that that's the reason a lot of people never tries the hard road to success, because someone else says, no way you can do that. With your abilities, your talents, there's no way you can do that. You just don't have what it takes to make that journey. And so I just wanted to stop in and let you know that whatever your reason is for not taking this trip and not going up the road to success, what are your dreams? What are you dreaming about? What do you hope for? I want to encourage you again that Jesus said that road was hard. If you're on that road today and trying to do better, don't be surprised. It's a hard road, and there's not a lot of people on it. And one of the weirdest things in the world that I remember is realizing that it is the broad road where most people are when they complain. There's more complaining from people on the easy road than there is from people on the hard road. I don't understand that. I've guessed that maybe it's because the people on the hard road, on the straight road, they know where they're going and they know why they want to go there, and it's worth it to them. And maybe the people on the easy road just don't really know where they're going, and they're just mad because life's not fair and everybody's got it better than them and they can't get anywhere. But in either case, I don't want you to be one of those people who gives up on your dream just because the road that leads there is narrow and it's straight, it's hard. I promise you, there's no other way to the top of this hill but this road. That other road will never take you there. And there's no other easy road to success. There's no easy road to heaven. You'll have to go the way that all of us go. And you'll have to be diligent and faithful, and you'll have to trust God to get you there. You can make it. You can succeed. The road will be tough, but it'll be worth it. May the Lord bless you with a wonderful day.